Don't move to Inglewood unless you're excited about these few things. This is Inglewood 360 and I'm Kuvaal. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications. I want to share the best of Inglewood with everybody in the world. My girlfriend and I just bought a home in Inglewood in early 2023. We lived in Culver City, we lived in Santa Monica, and we decided to settle down and set roots in Inglewood. Before we made the decision, we were looking at so many parts of Los Angeles County to move to. Obviously, affordability was key, where we work, proximity is key, food, culture, diversity, all key things. We chose to buy and settle in Inglewood, and it's important that you think about these things before you move to Inglewood, and do not move unless you're excited about these things here in Inglewood. One of the reasons we chose to move to Inglewood was because of the city's location. Proximity is power. I work in real estate and I travel all over Los Angeles County. Being close to the freeways for me is one of the most important factors that determine where I want to stay and where I want to live. Being in Inglewood means I'm close to the 10 and the 405. And from those two freeways, I can get pretty much anywhere into any connecting freeway I need to. Unless there's the construction on the 405 at 8 a.m. or tree trimming on the 405 at 9 a.m. The worst schedule for maintenance in the history of freeways is the 405. My girlfriend works up in West Hollywood, so for her, being able to go up and down straight on La Brea helps tremendously. Her commute's a little bit longer than my commute is, but at the end of the day, I love being close to the freeways. One of my biggest beefs with some parts of Los Angeles, like Palos Verdes in the South Bay, is it takes you 20 minutes once you get off the freeway to get to your destination. And I just didn't want to deal with an extra 40-minute commute both ways together when I was leaving or coming home from work. The next was the proximity to the airport. I travel a ton, my girlfriend travels a ton. Being close to LAX was one of the key factors that helped us choose to stay in Inglewood. We're a 10-minute drive right now from LAX, and that means that we could leave our home with pre-check and clear like an hour before our flight departs and still catch the boarding time. It's amazing. And also being close to the cities and the areas and the parts of LA that we really enjoy and love to frequent to was also a big reason why we chose to move to Inglewood. Being a 10-minute drive from Culver City, a 15-minute drive to the beach, a 20-minute drive to downtown LA, Inglewood is one of those places that's so central that you can get anywhere in Los Angeles that you really want to go in like 30 minutes or so. And I absolutely love it. We used to live in Santa Monica, and having to drive from Santa Monica to the freeway just by itself took either 10 or 15 minutes. Then from there, getting from the 10 to the 405 or getting from the 10 to the other freeways that you needed to get to was a nightmare, especially during rush hour, especially over the weekends, because there was always traffic going in and out of Santa Monica. Here in Inglewood, we're close to Venice, Marina del Rey, El Segundo, the beaches like Manhattan and Hermosa, and we're close to downtown and Culver City. And those are all the places that we love to go to. I'm a big soccer fan, so for me, during soccer season, I always go to the LAFC home games. We're season ticket holders. So being able to drive from home to the Bank of California or the BMO Stadium now in like 15 or 20 minutes is the best thing possible on game days. Because we used to have to spend like 45 minutes to an hour driving to and from when we used to live in Santa Monica. And it wasn't the worst, but this is definitely better. The next were the cultural attractions. I really enjoy sports. So for me, being close to SoFi, being close to the Forum and the new Kia Intuit Dome also played huge factors in us moving to Inglewood. But I think one of the most underrated things that people do not look at enough when they're buying a property is the economic forecast and the outlook for the city that they're buying in. I think the economic forecast is one of the most important things to consider when you're buying real estate in a city, because that'll help determine if your investment is secure and if your investment is safe. Now, there aren't many cities that I can think of where an investment wouldn't be safe in real estate, because real estate is real estate. But when I think about Inglewood, I think about all of the money and all of the jobs that were created and brought to the city because of the 3 or 4 stadiums that are built now, the transportation corridor that's connecting downtown LA to the stadiums. There's so much opportunity that the city has, and in the right hands, the money that all of these facilities generate is going to help Inglewood create some amazing places and beautify so many parks, so many rec centers, and it's going to be an amazing place to live. And I would not be surprised if in the next 7 to 10 years you hear of more and more and more people deciding to move to Inglewood. We love the diversity of Inglewood. Obviously, so many parts of Los Angeles County are diverse cultures, diverse foods, whatever you want to say. But I think that Inglewood has just something a notch above a lot of other places in Los Angeles. I can walk down the street and in 2 blocks, I'm at an Italian restaurant, at a Mexican food restaurant, at one of the best new burger places in town called Stormburger. Shout out Stormburger. A couple more steps, I'm at a soul food restaurant. A couple more steps, there's fast food like Popeyes and Panda Express and Dave's Hot Chicken and Chipotle, and there's so many options when it comes to food. I'm a huge foodie, so being close to different restaurants and cuisines is awesome, and I really, really enjoy it. And another factor is we have dogs. We used to live in a part of Culver City that was on a major road, Culver Boulevard, and we weren't really able to walk our dogs and feel super safe. We could walk on the bike path or that walking path that was there. At the end of the day, it was just nasty. There were homeless people that were sleeping in the walking path and the bike path. There were thorns, there were branches, there were twigs, and at night there was no lighting, so it was super dangerous, and even I didn't feel all that comfortable walking the dogs at night. Now that we moved to the northwest part of Inglewood, just south of Ladera Heights, it's very residential. There's always people walking their dogs. There's always kids out on the streets. There's a school really close to where we live. Parents picking up their kids, and it really, really helps us feel more comfortable when we take the dogs out for the walks in the mornings and the evenings, late at night when it's dark out. And that was a huge factor for us to think about when we're deciding where to live. If you'd like to stay in tune with what's going on in Inglewood, make sure to sign up for our newsletter here. If you know anybody looking to make a move, or if you know anybody that needs help selling a property or investing in property, make sure to give me a call. Make sure to follow us on Instagram at Inglewood360.